Ah shit, we live again, yes sir. Like I said, I'm live every single day, so please subscribe, hit that like, hit that everything, cause we going live every day, baby. The hustle don't stop. But here, I'm gonna record real quick. What's up, YouTube? This video will be going to YouTube too, so you know we gotta record and we gotta go live at the same time. You know what I'm saying, chat? You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped up, but I just woke up. For some reason, I got a lot of energy. I like it. Let's get it. In today's video, we are looking at. I cannot say his name. I'll be honest. Tetsuya Itachisha. Yeah. I'm the worst with names. Either way, we're looking at him because he performed a plastic surgery on his own self just to get away with murder. It's a crazy story, so we're gonna react to it together, and it's actually kind of scary. So let's get the lights, bro. Let's make it dark in here. You know what I'm saying? Lights. Action. Oof. Here, let me make this one a little demo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like it.
Today we're covering the case of Tatsuya Ichi.
First of all, it's too loud. Second of all, since I just put the light a little bit down, let me see how the camera look. Yo, is it my eyes or is the camera blurry? Here, let me try cleaning it. How is it now? Yo, what the fuck? It's not focusing. Yo, is my eyes blurry or is the camera? What the fuck? It's not focusing. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go, I think. Yeah, okay, that looks so much better. I'm so sorry, bro. We just wasted like 2 minutes because of that. But let's get right to it. This is a guy, by the way.
Hashi, a case known for its uniquely bizarre and disturbing details. When 22-year-old Lindsay Hawker traveled to Tokyo to teach English, it was supposed to be the start.
I'm not gonna lie, I like this guy's voice, bro. It's perfect for scary stories. It's the start of a dark night type stuff, you know?
Of an amazing adventure. Instead, it would turn into something so unimaginably horrific, it would become the subject of a best-selling memoir and later a movie. As
God
for
damn, bro.
Lindsay's killer, his desperate attempts to avoid
They made a whole
identification were
movie.
so gruesome, they'd earn him a near cult hero status. So prepare yourselves. This is the disturbing story of Tatsuya Ichihashi.
Fuck, my
Before
phone's
we
about to
start,
die.
we would like to send
That's
our
bad
heartfelt
for
sympathies
chat.
to the loved ones of Lindsay Ann Hawker, whose life was ended in such a savage and senseless way.
Rest in peace, bro. That's sad.
This story takes us to Tokyo, Japan, a mega city of 35 million inhabitants, famous
God
for both
damn.
the ultra-modern and the traditional. Home to anime, manga, electronic mega stores, and more Michelin stars than London and Paris combined. Tokyo is a 24-hour metropolis that combines millennia-old traditions with futuristic technology. Neon-lit skyscrapers
Bro,
sit
you can't lie. Japan has the craziest fucking technology, bro. They make me want to go move there. Just for the technology, I ain't gonna lie. They have crazy stuff over there.
side by side two historic temples. It was to the Edogawa ward of Tokyo that 22-year-old Lindsay Hawker arrived in October 2007, ready to start her new job at the Tokyo branch of Nova, Japan's largest private English school. Lindsay was from a town near Coventry in Warwickshire, England, where she had grown up in a close-knit family with parents Bill and Julia and two sisters. Lindsay was known for her boundless enthusiasm for life. She was also bright and ambitious, graduating with a first-class honors degree in biology from the University of Leeds in the summer of 2007.
Damn, bro, she makes me look stupid. She's so smart. Damn.
After years of studying, Lindsay was ready for a change and made plans for a world trip with her boyfriend of 4 years, Ryan Garside. Lindsay would set off first, heading to Tokyo, where she would teach English before her boyfriend would join her the following summer. Lindsay...
Bro, don't people feel a little weird wearing all black? I was wearing all black yesterday. I looked at my outfit. I'm like, bro, it's a little too dark for me. I can't really wear all black. It's like only when I'm going to a gym or something like that, I'll wear all black, or rarely when I'm going to the gym. I don't know. It feels weird. Hey, it's your choice, but I was wearing it yesterday. I looked at myself. I'm like, bro, this is too dark. I look too dark right now.
Adapted fast to life on the other side of the globe. She made solid friends with her two roommates with whom she shared an apartment. Her employers at Nova said she put every effort into her new role. She communicated daily with her friends and family about life in Tokyo. In one email to her sisters, she described how the city of Tokyo felt safe and secure, safer, in fact, than Britain. They were words that would later haunt her family.
The drone age has begun in the
Ads. I hate ads. You guys should know this by now. I complain about them every second.
On the morning of March 25th, she packed her tote bag with her teaching materials and said goodbye to her roommates and left the apartment on her bike. She would never return again. On March 26, 2007 at 2:30 p.m., Lindsay's father received a call from a staff member at the Nova Language School. Lindsay had failed to turn up for her classes for 2 days in a row. Her roommates had already tried to contact police when Lindsay had failed to return home from work the previous evening, but the message had not been conveyed to the proper authorities within the department. Lindsay's family were distraught. Her father booked a flight to Tokyo for himself and Lindsay's boyfriend, Ryan. At Lindsay's apartment, officers tried to piece together Lindsay's last movements. Both her roommates and her boyfriend, Ryan, had vital information to share, and all of it created a clear and chilling picture. 6 days earlier, on March 20th, Lindsay had been traveling home on the train after drinks at a bar called Hippy Dippy Doo, when a strange man approached her. He was...
What? Hippy do? Is that what he said? Or hippy do? What the fuck? When I see that name, I am walking in that bar. I'm just saying that's... What? Hippy do? What? That sounds like a 5-year-old bar, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a kid's thing.
And claimed to be one of her students
Hippy,
in her
hippy,
class.
hippy.
But Lindsay knew all of her students, and he was not one of them. Lindsay had politely excused herself and exited the train at her station. She had almost arrived home on her bike when she suddenly spotted the man right behind her, jogging fast. He had tailed her all the way from the station and now pitched up on her doorstep. He asked again if she recognized him. Now, a little frightened, Lindsay repeated that she didn't. This time, he explained that he wanted to go abroad to study and was desperate for an English tutor. He then asked her for a glass of water. Thinking he was simply enthusiastic and maybe a little eccentric, Lindsay invited him into her apartment, where her roommates were both home. Inside,
Why? Bro, he literally ran after you. That's like from the train all the way to your house. Like, bro, he went out of his way to follow you and you still let him in? That's like the biggest flag. I'm looking behind me, he's jogging after me. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm ignoring him. I'm walking straight into my apartment, locking that shit, saying, get the fuck out of here. That was a red flag that you let it slide, bro.
he sketched a picture of Lindsay and signed it with his name, Tatsuya Ichihashi, a phone number, and an email address. Officers now searched Lindsay's room, where they located the sketch the man had given her. Lindsay, her roommate said, had agreed to meet the man in a cafe for an English lesson. They had warned her against it, but Lindsay could see no harm in it, and on March the 20th had set off to meet him at the Duotour Cafe. It was the last time they'd see her. Lindsay's last Facebook message was written on March 20th and had said, "Love you lots. Don't worry about the guy who chased me home. It's just crazy Japan. Miss you."
Bro, he chases you home and your friends tell you not to go, but you still don't listen. Come on, bro. Be smarter than that. He get two red
Meanwhile,
flags.
police had pulled grainy
He
surveillance footage.
chases you home and your friends are telling you not to go. Take your friends' advice, bro. Listen to your friends. A lot of the times they're right.
from the morning of the 25th of March 2007 at the Duo Tour Cafe near the station in East Tokyo. The footage captured Lindsay and the mysterious man named Ichihashi ordering drinks at the counter. Lindsay appears to feel awkward, repeatedly pushing her hair aside. The pair sit together at a table for 50 minutes, while Lindsay gives him a language lesson. When it's time to leave, Ichihashi makes exaggerated gestures of searching and failing to find his money. This video is kindly sponsored by Babbel, the foremost language.
Sorry, bro. I'm too intrigued into the story.
To level up our work, what their language, so that we can bring you the best content.
How long is this ad, bro?
Italian. And
bro,
you can also do podcast.
My dude getting paid good for this sponsor.
And get 65% off your new subscription. This at 10 a.m. The pair get up and leave.
That took so long.
Seen getting into a taxi together. By 5:20 p.m. on the evening of March 26th, two officers had located and arrived at Tatsuya's apartment in Ichikawa. The man who Lindsay had just gotten into a taxi with had, in fact, been watching her for months. 28-year-old Tatsuya Ichihashi lived alone in a 3-bedroom apartment bought for him by his parents in the Chiba Prefecture, a suburban town east of Tokyo. The son of two wealthy professionals, his mother was a dentist and his father a brain surgeon, Tatsuya hadn't inherited either his parents' ambition or academic ability. Under his parents' duress, he attended Chiba University and graduated with a major in horticulture in 2005. But he had never worked in the field of horticulture and had spent the past 2 years living off of his parents' monthly allowance.
That's sad.
Tatsuya found himself a girlfriend during his time at college, but those who knew him described him as a loner, someone known in Japanese culture as a hikikomori, or someone who suffers extreme degrees of social.
So does that mean loneliness? Hikikomori. Hey, but I can't say that. Hikikomori. You're a Kyukyumo. Fuck, I already fucked it. I already fucked it up.
He was obsessed with violent manga, and for several years had been displaying some troubling behavior. 2 years earlier, he had assaulted a woman on a street while attempting to rob her. The woman had settled out of court with Tatsuya's parents. While at university, Tatsuya had been given a formal warning.
He tried to rob her, but yet he takes money out of his parents. You already get free money, boy.
For stalking a woman. Oddly, his girlfriend later described their relationship as stable and serious. She would visit him several times during his early years in prison. She said Tatsuya was obsessed with physical fitness and would spend hours each day working out at the gym and regularly cycling 15.
What? Bro, the dude that I saw was some scrawny dude, bro. Why are you talking about hours at the gym? He was so skinny. Skinnier than me. What the fuck?
Miles
and you want to say he's hours at the gym?
By 2007, however, there were signs that Tatsuya's mental health was deteriorating.
Oh, that was back then.
He told acquaintances that he felt he was becoming unstable, but it's not clear whether anyone urged him to seek help. Instead, it seems, he developed a fixation with a random stranger, the young British
Nah, bro, I don't have fans over here. I have family. We're family. But I know you're being sarcastic, but we family, you know what I'm saying?
English language teacher, Lindsay Hawker. According to police, Tatsuya had stalked Lindsay Hawker for several months before working up the courage to approach her on the train.
This dude is
he
a creep.
He spotted the logo for the English language school on her tote bag and used it as an excuse to connect with her. He now used the excuse of having no money to lure her to his apartment in Ichikawa. It was a 5-minute drive away. Once outside, Lindsay asked the taxi driver to wait for her while she went in to collect the money. 7 minutes passed with no signs of Lindsay, and the taxi driver drove away. He was the last person, other than her killer, to see her alive.
Damn. Cold stuff.
Once at Tatsuya's apartment, police waited outside for him to exit. They were not permitted by Japanese law to knock without proper cause. Knowing his previous allegations of stalking and robbery, they had called for backup. By 8 p.m., 9 officers had assembled on both the ground floor and outside of his 4th floor apartment. 2 hours after the last officers arrived, Tatsuya burst out of his apartment and headed down the building's fire escape. He was barefoot and carrying a rucksack. With several officers close behind him, Tatsuya evaded them by vaulting the last stairway to the ground and sprinting into the street. He was spotted once more by police officers, but once again evaded them.
If he ran out 2 hours before, why didn't he take shoes? That's like the dumbest thing, running away from the cops with no shoes. You're barefoot, bro.
By
That's so
zigzagging through
stupid.
the street. It was the closest they would get to catching him for more than 2 years.
What the
As for
fuck?
the location
He
of
knew what he
Lindsay,
was doing.
on the other hand, that would happen much sooner. On Tatsuya's balcony, police noticed a bathtub had been freshly filled with a mix of sand and compost. A potted plant stood next to the bath, as though he had left before having a chance to plant it. And Tatsuya had not quite finished his task. A small, white hand protruded from the mixture in the bathtub. Neighbors would later say they heard a heavy scraping sound the evening before, undoubtedly the sound of Tatsuya dragging his bathtub onto the balcony of his apartment. Police uncovered Lindsay's naked body from inside the bathtub. She had been gagged with a scarf, and her feet and hands had been bound with
Bro, what
garter.
a piece of shit, bro. She was trying to do something so nice. She was trying to tutor him, and he does that. Like, what, bro, what could be going on through your head? Like, I don't get it. They literally sat together at a restaurant, they drank coffee or whatever, and she tutored him for 15 minutes. He said he forgot his money. They go back to the hotel, and then she goes upstairs to get the money, and then he does that to her. Like, bro, you gotta be such a fucked up person. She seems so nice. She helped you out, and then you still do that. Fucked up.
Bruising across her upper body suggested she had endured a savage and prolonged attack. Both Lindsay and Tatsuya had been trained in martial arts. Lindsay had fought off her attacker bravely, but she was no match for Tatsuya in strength. Egg-sized bruises on the left side of her face suggested that she had been struck repeatedly with a fist, while lesser marks on her upper body were likely the result of collisions with
Piece of
furniture.
shit, bro.
She had been and strangled so violently that the cartilage in her neck was broken. Her head had been shaved and her hair placed in a plastic bag. Her belongings were found strewn about the room. At 3 a.m. on March 27th,
Bro, that's so
Lindsay's
fucked up. Like, imagine when her parents go and see the body. Her head, bro, he shaved her bald and all that. That's so fucked up.
parents received
You already
the call
fucking killed
no
her, bro.
parent ever wants to receive. A body had been found. The trip they had booked to search for their daughter now became a journey to identify her remains. Her father, Bill, said that when he saw her, "I knew it was Lindsay because she was so tall and because she was my daughter. But she was so badly beaten. My
So
life,
sad.
my soul, just fell from beneath me." Wanted posters containing images of Tatsuya now flooded Tokyo. Soon, 30,000 posters had been distributed nationwide. Some showed chilling pictures of Tatsuya in possible disguises, including the killer disguised as a woman. His images were
What the
broadcast
fuck?
across national and international news channels. Sightings of Tatsuya came pouring in from all over Japan. Multiple sightings placed him in Kabuki-cho, a red light district of Tokyo. Police investigated every lead, but he could not be located. Soon, there were rumors that he'd escaped the country or quietly killed himself. Days turned into weeks, and then months. By October 2008, 140 officers had been assigned to the investigation. But
140.
despite 8,000 reported sightings and widespread media coverage, police were no closer to finding Tatsuya. By the end of the year, the investigation was stalling. The desperate Hawker family launched a website appealing for information on Tatsuya Ichihashi's whereabouts. Tatsuya's parents, who had remained silent, now came under wrongful suspicion from the public. In response, his mother called a daytime television program and urged her son to give himself up. "It's Mom, Tetsuya," she said in an audio message. "Dad and Mom have decided to speak about our feelings, although we know you won't like this," she said before telling him to contact the police. Later, the couple appeared on television to apologize for their son's crime. In the lead up to the second anniversary,
That's
police
sad, bro.
credited-
What a piece of shit. All the blame is going to his parents now and all that, all the hate. He's a piece of shit, bro. I would have turned myself in. You did something so stupid. Go turn yourself in, man up, bro. Don't let your parents get the hate. See that? I just got it. I'm just joking.
out
But no, it's
life-size
honestly so
cardboard
dumb, bro.
cutouts of
People like him
Tatsuya
are
to try
pieces
to
of shit.
raise awareness among the public. The Hawkers returned to Tokyo to plead for information on their daughter's killer. Police increased the reward for information, leading to his arrest from 1 million yen to 10 million
Look how many times he changed his looks. That's fucking crazy. And every time the cops have a picture of it. What the fuck?
yen, or the equivalent of about
You can't run away.
$120,000.
Sooner or later, you're getting caught, buddy.
A far sicker interest in the fugitive had been blossoming. Online fan clubs had begun popping up all over the internet, glorifying Tatsuya as an outlaw and a fugitive hero. He became known as Japan's most handsome criminal, nicknamed the Fugitive Sullen Prince and Lord Ichi, and even gained
What?
popularity with young males. Blogs and support groups opened up, dedicated to the murderer. One
Chat. Am I hearing this right now? People started supporting him? Bro, this is a fucked up world we live in. I don't know what to say to that. It's so fucked up. Especially, bro, imagine the parents, bro. Bro, this guy, oh my god.
Quite
They started.
significantly in the 2 years since they printed his face on wanted posters across Japan. According to an account he later published in a best-selling memoir, Tatsuya had initially wandered around Tokyo with no money or credit cards and no passport that would enable him to leave the country. He hid out among the tramps in the Flophouse district of the Ibukari prefecture northwest of Tokyo. It was only when he saw his face plastered across wanted posters that he realized the scale of the manhunt. He took to living his life as a fugitive, covering his face beneath a hat, wearing glasses, avoiding surveillance cameras, and constantly staying on the move. He didn't contact a single friend or
That's the worst life you can have. Literally the worst life. I bet you so many times he was thinking about turning himself in. He's like, bro, this is not worth it. Because it's really not worth it, bro. Living like this is a piece of shit life. I'd rather be in jail at this point.
family member. But as the nationwide manhunt gained momentum, he turned to more drastic attempts to disguise his identity. He needed to change his appearance, he realized, and took on that task himself. Using a box cutter, he sliced the moles off of his left cheek, markings that had struck him as particularly prominent in his wanted pictures.
What the
He
fuck?
then cut off part of his lower lip with scissors in an effort to make them thinner. His first attempt failed when he was unable to push through the excruciating pain. But he did finish the job a few days later in a public bathroom.
Oh my
He
god.
then bound up his nose with a thread and needle to make it
What
narrow.
the fuck?
While his face healed, he wore multiple surgical masks. Traveling by train and bus, Tatsuya headed south,
Chat.
where he embarked on a pilgrimage of temples
This
in
guy
the
is
southwestern
mental.
island of
Now I see why
Shikoku.
he's doing this. He actually has issues, bro. Like when people kill other people and they say, oh, he got issues, don't put him in jail. That's a lie. But this guy, he got issues. Oh my god, imagine doing that to your face. God damn. Cutting your lip was, oh fuck, bro. I get a small cut on my lip and I'm bitch again back. Oh my god. He got scissors and he cut, oh,
To atone for the killing, and
The
when visiting
fuck?
shrines, he would pray for Hawker to come back to life. an idea he got from a novel in which the dead are resurrected after someone who is thinking of them tours those same temples.
This
His
guy is
paranoia
dumb, bro. He
over
lost
being
his mind.
recognized consumed him, driving him to seek out further changes to his appearance, this time with the help of a plastic surgeon, though for that he would need money. Using the name and address of a dead man called Kosuke Inoue, Tatsuya took a job at a construction company in Osaka, where he worked for the next 13 months, saving
He
about
was
$1
able to
million
get a
yen.
job.
He spent most of the money on 2 cosmetic surgery operations, one to acquire a longer and narrower nose, and the second to raise the bridge of his nose. He gave false names and addresses at the clinics and failed to return for any
Obviously.
follow-up appointments. Colleagues later said he rarely mixed with them, spending most of his time reading comics and watching videos in his room at the company's dormitory. He never removed his red cap or black-rimmed glasses in public. When he was persuaded to join the company bowling trip in April, he hid behind a colleague in a group photograph. We
Oh my
gossiped
god, I
that
see him.
He hid behind a
He's over there. I'm pretty sure that I said, I mean, he's the only guy that's hiding in this whole picture. Nah, bro, this guy is something
colleague
else.
in a group photograph. We gossiped that he was an odd guy, but I never thought he was the suspect, a former colleague told the Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper. It occurs to me now that he was saving the
Hey,
money.
if you guys see me keep looking down here, it's because my chat is down here. You know, I just want to see what you guys are saying. Make sure I'm not missing anything. 2 days ago, I wasn't looking at my chat, even though it's about to die soon. Yeah, and now my chat, my phone is about to die. I won't be able to look at my chat anymore. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let me just say the story real quick. Never mind.
For cosmetics.
Okay, the story is 2 days ago, some dude was talking in my chat, and I missed it, and he didn't like that too much. He even thought it was a pre-recorded live. He was like, "This is bullshit. Why do you do pre-recorded lives and stuff like that?" It's not pre-recorded. If I missed your chat, it's because I look at it through my phone. My phone's about to die, so I'm sorry. Let's get right back into it. That took longer than it should have.
Surgery. In the end, the attempts to obscure his identity were his undoing.
Stop. Before we do any holiday shopping this year, you really have to see this. I'm going to show you one simple trick that'll save you a lot of money when you're shopping online. In fact,
Tell me tomorrow.
Tatsuya visited a clinic in the
Kept saying
southwestern
stop,
city
dude,
of
like, why?
Fukuoka in mid-October with a request to change the shape of his mouth. On October 24th, he visited a clinic in Nagoya where he had his nose uplifted. But staff at the clinic were intrigued by the strange scars on his left cheek where he had removed his moles. They reported his visit to police and submitted multiple pictures of the man who had visited their clinic. Police identified the man as Tatsuya. On the 4th of November 2009, police released the images to the press.
Bro, he's making himself look so much uglier. Like, what the fuck? Look at this. Before and after. Like, I'm not saying he used to look good back then, but shit. Bro, look at him now. Nah, bro, you doing, bro, just turn yourself in. You're getting caught either way.
Disclosing that he
You're
had
doing the
undergone
most.
plastic surgery. His new image was soon splashed all over the Japanese news.
He fucked
These
up.
images showed a very different Tatsuya Ichihashi.
Very
He was
different.
minus the 2 prominent moles on his left cheek.
Look at his eyebrows. He even shaved them. He made them so thin. Nah, bro, this guy really didn't want to go to jail.
He had a thinner bottom lip, a higher bridge to his nose, and a double fold to his eyelids. Tatsuya wrote in his memoir that he froze when he saw the news on TV with his image. My heart raced, he wrote. I gazed at it trembling. He immediately got a haircut and bought a party disguise set.
This
including
guy,
a
bro.
beard, sideburns, and mustache, and then headed to the ferry terminal at Osaka. On November 10th, 2009, moments before he was due to set sail for Okinawa, an island in Japan's far south, a passersby gaze was drawn to a tall, suspicious-looking youth wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a paper surgical mask. More than 2.5 years after he had become one of Japan's most wanted suspects, Tatsuya Ichihashi was arrested at the ferry terminal in Osaka for the murder of Lindsay Hawker.
This has been a long, hard battle.
Imagine the relief his parents got.
And the battle is over. We've worked tirelessly as a family. We've never given in. For our daughter, we've never given in. We wanted justice, and we finally got justice. I'll also just like to thank the Japanese police. After a very bungled start to my daughter's murder, they've got the man. They've worked tirelessly, and they've eventually got the man. And the chief officer told me they would get the man sooner or later.
Sooner or later, they'll always get caught.
I'm just so relieved that this part of our life is over. I can go down to my daughter's grave this afternoon and tell her. Thank you.
That's so sad, bro.
I'd just like to say, I'd like to echo what my parents have said, but also I hope that our case kind of gives other families some kind of hope. We thank the Japanese press, we thank the Japanese people, but really, it's us that have done this. We haven't given up, not from day one. All the sleepless nights, all the not eating, all the crying, all the tears, it's all been worth it now. And we've got what we wanted, which was justice for Lindsay.
Kakoi.
That's
He's
so
really
sad.
cool, one blogger posted. When he was arrested, I thought his disheveled black hair and the line along his neck to his jaw made him look so sexy.
Bro, what the? Who's posting these? Who's posting these about a murderer? That's not even, bro. 1 out of 10, he's a 2 max. You know, like I'm not saying I'm the most handsome guy, but he's ugly, bro. He's not it. He's not it. But no, they're praising him. They're calling him Lord. They're calling him sexy. They're calling him cute. What is this?
Other fans explained their admiration for Ichihashi with one writing. The son of physicians, he is tall. He has a lean, mean physique, a talent for illustrating, and can converse in a foreign language. Lindsay's distraught family pushed for Ichihashi to be executed through Japan's death penalty procedure. His lawyers, however, successfully argued that he should be kept alive based on the potential for him to be reformed. During his trial, Tatsuya admitted raping and killing Lindsay Hawker, but claimed he killed her by accident when he was trying to muffle her screams for help. He also said that he had attempted to resuscitate her and had called an ambulance, but no evidence has ever been produced to support that claim. According
He's a
to
lying piece of
prosecutors,
shit.
he had beaten Lindsay shortly after she had entered the apartment and used tape to bind her while he raped her. In early 2011, Tatsuya published a book detailing his time on the run titled Until the Arrest. In the book, he skipped over the atrocities of his crime, the truth of what happened that morning, and his motives for killing an innocent woman, instead focusing on his adventures while as a fugitive, living in constant fear of arrest. The book went on to become a bestseller in both Japan and Britain. So much so, the story was turned into a film called I Am Ichihashi, Journal of a Murderer. On July 21st, 2011.
They're really, bro, they're making him look like a hero, not a murderer. What is this? Japan, are you okay? This is a failed society right here.
Sentenced Ichihashi to life imprisonment for the murder of Lindsay Hawker. Lindsay's father said of the sentencing, "We wanted justice, and we finally got justice." Her boyfriend, Ryan Garside, said he had made plans to propose to the English teacher who had been the best thing in my life. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like the video.
Bro, that was crazy. I gotta give him a like. That was actually a very good video. This guy is crazy. And he's a piece of shit. But more crazy, I'll be honest, he's more crazy, bro. Cut his own lip off? Cutting his moles off. Oh my god, bro, he's too much. But either way, if you enjoyed this video and you want more like it, just like, comment what you want to see next, and please hit that subscribe. It helps me a lot. And thank you for watching YouTube. And come watch me on my live. I'm live every single day. Peace. Yeah. Hey, but we staying live. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, what shall we watch next? What shall we watch next? But why is it showing that I have this as a thumbnail? I put a different thumbnail. Don't play with me. 3 True Gem. Shit, I didn't want to talk about this. Why, bro? Talk about it all you want. The man who lived inside a dead body, his family watched for 83 days. Hold on, bro. I think we just got another video on our hand. I need to change the title though. I need to do some title changing real quick. Edit. Let's do. What was the video even about? I forgot. Oh yeah. Man lived inside dead body for 83 days, huh? That's what it said. That's fucking crazy, chat. 83 days. Like how? It's so nasty. Just boom, pop, boom, pop, pop. Just like that. See, I had this as my thumbnail, but I guess I didn't. What thumbnail do they have for that video? This video, okay. Let's see what we can find on Google. I can't really make my own thumbnails when I'm live, which I hate that. So I have to steal them. Man lived inside body. I know it's capitalized. Let's see what thumbnail we can steal. What the fuck? Yo, those are some. Yo, I don't know if I can be showing these on stream. Hold on. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, you guys get to see my ugly ass for a little bit. Just let me choose a thumbnail real quick, cause I don't know if I can be showing these on stream. They're a little extreme, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, bro. Thank God I hit the camera. Oh my God. Wait, please tell me I hit it right, bro. I don't want to do it the wrong way and you guys. Okay, yeah, I did it right. Which one should I choose? Bro, there's no good thumbnails, bro. This is why I like making my own thumbnails. I like doing it on my own because what the fuck? These are all creepy. Like, they're showing me dead people and stuff. I don't want to be seeing this right now. Maybe I'll choose this one even though it looks stupid. No. I'm so sorry, chat. This is taking way longer than it should. I wish if I can upload my own thumbnails. Oh, what the fuck is that? I wish I could show you that. What the fuck? Okay, I'll just choose this one. I'm choosing this one. I don't care. Save image as. Save. Let me go back. Change the thumbnail. Pictures. That one. And boom. Just like that. Just like that. I don't know, I'm saying it like it took 1 second, but it literally took so fucking long. And come back over here and make my ugly ass smaller for you guys so you guys don't have to keep watching me like this. A lot more smaller. Like this. Yeah. Yeah. We back.
This video is sponsored by Klima.
162,000 likes. It better be a good video.
To the hospital for severe radiation poisoning. He recalled seeing a blue flash and throwing up immediately afterward. At first, medical staff believed.
By the way, since the thumbnail took so long, I don't know if you guys forgot. This is Man who lived inside a dead body for 83 days. God
He was
damn.
fine.
That's
One even thought
nasty.
he would be well enough to leave the hospital. Despite his outward appearance, the man's body was slowly changing, pushing doctors to apply a number of experimental procedures to save what was left of him. The human body is perhaps the most complex machine on Earth. An urban myth says that your cells replace themselves every 7 years,
Wait.
leaving
Wait, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I forgot to record it. See, that's why I said wait, chat. I always forget. Either way, YouTube, this is a man who lives inside a dead body for 83 days. Chat, it's probably like why you're repeating it. I gotta repeat it for YouTube. It's going as a YouTube video too. I'm sorry. Let's get right into it.
the old you for a completely new person. Although we're capable of healing ourselves to a certain extent, this is not completely true. What would happen if we lost the ability to regenerate cells? And how much time would we have before our body is no longer considered alive? This is the story of Hisashi Ouchi, the most irradiated man in history, his family who couldn't let him go, and his 3-month-long battle for survival in a body falling apart at the seams.
Now, I'm liking this intro. I'm not gonna lie. Disclaimer: today's episode
And
concerns
without
the science
delay,
of a nuclear
let's
power.
get into it.
How fast do you guys want me to read?
It's one of
Goddamn.
the ways for us as a species to wean off fossil fuels. And nowadays, reducing our carbon footprint is more important than ever. Hey, you look different. Thanks to Klima, the sponsor of our video, the actions of climate-conscious individuals.
Bro, all these
everywhere.
sponsors,
We're
bro.
closer
Come
than
on.
ever to claim your trees and support our channel. We can make
Look how long they
geometry for
take.
mixing. Then, workers would pump the no exothermic
Whoops.
as the Japan
Went a little
Nuclear
too
Fuel
far.
Conversion Company, established in 1979. For 10 years, the nuclear plant supplied sundry research and experimental reactors for the Japanese scientific community, but wasn't part of the actual energy grid. The plant produced up to 3 tons of enriched uranium per year up until the accident in September 1999. Workers would dissolve uranium oxide powder using nitric acid in a dissolution tank, then pump the resulting substance, now called uranyl nitrate, into a storage column built with specific reaction-preventing geometry for mixing. Then, workers would pump the no exothermically reacting uranyl nitrate into a precipitation tank surrounded by water to cool it off, keeping it from hitting critical mass. However, a measly 3 years prior, in 1996, the company's standards had been changed without the express clearance of the Japanese Energy Authority, a change that would have a significant impact on the workers tasked to mix the nuclear material. Instead of dissolving the uranium oxide in the dissolution tank, workers were to just do it in stainless steel buckets to speed up the process. In addition to that, it was modified further,
That doesn't
trading
sound
safety
good.
for speed by pouring the uranyl nitrate directly into the precipitation tank. Instead of mixing the substance in the storage column, it would happen in the precipitation tank instead, bypassing the systems intended to prevent criticality. Put simply, workers were asked to ignore the first and second tanks, the ones made specifically to prevent accidents, dissolve the uranium by hand, and then pour it into the final tank like it was a uranium.
I'm not a scientist, but that does not sound good or right. That does not sound right. I'm not a scientist. I already know this sounds dumb.
Latte.
I would not trust it.
Sounds safe, doesn't it? On the morning of the 30th of September, 1999, nuclear workers Hisashi Ouchi and Masato Shinohara were mixing up a batch of fuel, while their supervisor, Yutaka Yokokawa, sat at his desk about 4 meters away. Ouchi and Shinohara were supposed to mix up 2.4 kilos of enriched uranium. But instead, they were manually mixing up 16 kilos of the nuclear substance in the aforementioned steel buckets.
Oh my
This
God.
was, as we mentioned before, wildly dangerous. Then, at 10:35 a.m., a blue flash erupted from the middle of the room, and all 3 men were overcome in a wave of nausea. The flash was what's called Cherenkov radiation, which is light that is emitted when electrically charged particles pass through a medium faster than light can. In this case, the water in
That's fucking crazy. So can you like see the light like when it actually happens?
the
That's fucking
precipitation
crazy.
tank
I would be
slowed down
creeped out if I
light,
saw
but
that.
not the now reactive uranium particles. Then, suddenly, flash, followed by a wave of gamma radiation.
When I first started EVE, I was a minor, and I was...
Their co-workers quickly jumped into action, donning hazardous material suits, before bolting into the room to rescue the three men and rush them to a local hospital. There, they determined the levels of radiation that each of the men were exposed to. Sieverts are used to measure the impact of low levels of radiation on the human body. For reference, the typical dosage of radiation at Chernobyl workers who died within a month of exposure was 6 sieverts, while the highest non-lethal exposure is about 1 sievert. Yokokawa, Owuchi's supervisor, received the least, at 3 sieverts. Shinohara received 10 sieverts, and Owuchi received the most, a whopping 17 sieverts.
What the fuck?
Soon after arriving at a local hospital, medical staff decided that they were ill-equipped to help Owuchi, transferring him to the Tokyo University Hospital, where more experimental methods could be attempted. Dr. Maikawa, the lead doctor in Owuchi's case, heard about the accident on the news in the afternoon of the first day, and was selected for the role because of his expertise in emergency radiation medicine. He said in an interview that he noticed the staff of the NIRS, National Institute of Radiological Sciences, wore protective suits and masks. Therefore, I suspected the degree of the contamination might have been quite high. Dr. Maikawa noted that the amount of radiation that Owuchi was exposed to was definitely fatal. But when Owuchi met the team, he actually looked fine. He was able to speak and respond to the medical staff. One nurse tending to Owuchi said that his skin was reddish, as if he had got a terrible sunburn. His arm was badly swollen, and he said he had a pain in that area. And another said that she thought that he would be well enough to leave the hospital. Despite this, the radiation began penetrating the chromosomes of his cells. Chromosomes contain the blueprints of our genetic information. They provide the code that tells our cells when and how to reproduce.
Yes,
However,
dude, I
now
learned that in
Owuchi-
fucking 7th grade. You don't have to teach me again, but thank you for the recap. Thank you.
These cells were being destroyed by radiation exposure. His chromosomes were likewise damaged until they could no longer reproduce. The first sign of chromosome destruction appeared in his blood. His white blood cell numbers were dropping drastically. Now, something as little as a common cold could spell disaster. He was quickly moved to a sterilized room, where he would lie alone for weeks to make sure that didn't happen. And Dr. Maikawa and his team began searching for a possible cell donor that could give Owuchi's body the ability to produce its own white blood cells once more. Almost miraculously, one of Owuchi's siblings was that donor. Dr. Maikawa and his team collected her blood, then extracted their blood stem cells over the course of 9 hours for 2 days straight. Her cells were then transplanted into Owuchi, with hopes that his body would accept them and produce white blood cells once again to improve his immune response.
I don't think it's
It
gonna
took
work.
10 days to discover if the procedure worked. In that time, he was able to speak to his loved ones and familiarize himself with the nurses tending to him. One nurse asked him how he met his wife. He told me that they had known each other since high school and they had married after about 7 years. Later, she remarked that she was impressed by his story and told him, "You married with a passionate love." The radiation started to show itself on the surface of Owuchi's body. Another nurse, describing how they adhered to gauze, IVs, and other medical equipment, remarked that it became more and more frequent that his skin was ripped off along with the removed tape. Eventually, we couldn't use surgical tape anymore.
What the
There
fuck?
is a photograph that nearly all sources for this story use claiming to be Owuchi in the hospital. This is not Owuchi. It's nearly impossible to find the original image, but it is not Owuchi. The man in this photo
Okay, you
has
don't gotta
had his
yell at
right
me for
foot
it.
amputated, and Owuchi did not. At the same time, Dr. Maikawa was trying to convey just how dire Owuchi's situation was to his grieving family. He said his appearance was changing drastically, so I had his family see his condition in order for them to accept the truth. Owuchi's lungs began retaining fluids, making his breathing difficult to the point that
Oof.
medical staff considered putting him on a ventilator. This would mean he wouldn't be able to speak to his family. At the time, staff noted Owuchi's words, things like, "I can't stand it," and "I
Chad,
wanna
that's
go
all
home."
because of his job. Jobs don't care about you, I promise. All they care about is you getting them that money. If his job kept doing that safety bullshit, that would have never happened. But oh no, let's result in a more efficient way so we can do it faster and fuck up our employees. This is what happened.
Home. He even cried out for his mother. One nurse said later that seeing that kind of scene made our hearts ache. It was true that nobody knew for sure what would happen to him, but we were able to imagine that his condition would get worse and worse. Soon after, Dr. Maikawa was forced to put Ouchi on a ventilator. He wasn't breathing, so they inserted a tube into his windpipe. But despite this, Ouchi's family still visited him every day. A common practice in Japanese culture, senbazuru, the act of folding 1,000 origami cranes, is thought to provide good health to the seriously ill. Since Ouchi's white blood cell count was so low, they couldn't bring any of the cranes into his room, but they folded them all the same. 10 days had passed since Ouchi's blood transfusion, and his blood was tested to see if his siblings' white blood cells had successfully implanted in his body. Peering into a microscope, Dr. Maikawa spotted 2 red dots in one of his blood cells. The chromosomes had survived. It was the first time that
good.
white blood cells producers had been successfully
That's a
implanted
good thing,
into a
right?
victim of radiation. His white blood cell count was increasing back to normal levels. He was still intubated, so he couldn't speak, but he was able to respond to his family's calls with gestures. A week later, however, small mutations were discovered in his blood. The chromosomes that Dr. Maikawa had implanted in Ouchi were damaged.
War Thunder, the
Now
military
that's bad
online
news.
action game, has received this year's first major update.
Doctors believe that the radiation in his body was so intense, some cells mutated harshly, causing his own cells to emit radiation on their own. Ouchi's worsening condition was not limited to just his skin and blood. The cells walling his intestines began to die as well, and without the ability to replace them, it would only be a matter of time until the bacteria in his guts made their way into his bloodstream,
Oh fuck.
threatening sepsis. In the weeks
That's
following this
fucked.
development, the amount of diarrhea Ouchi produced increased every day, up to 3 liters per day.
Why did I
His
get that this
intestines
water?
began bleeding,
Ah.
filling his stool with blood. In fact,
That was
he
nasty.
was losing so much blood that there were days where he received more than 10 blood transfusions in half a day.
What the
Ouchi was
fuck?
moved to a bed that could tilt, made for critically ill patients to aid his circulation. His body was covered almost entirely with gauze, and his eyes began bleeding. Another nurse described his condition at the time, saying that,
Bro, honestly, like I'm not trying to be fucked up, but I think if they let him pass away, that would have been better. Because at this point, he's just getting tortured and tortured on the inside and outside of his body. That's fucking sad, chat. That's so. Oh my god.
there was a lot of exudate in his skin. It took almost half a day to treat it. Exudate meaning body weeping, aka his body was seeping moisture. Ouchi was also given a ton of narcotics to help him manage his pain. But despite that, he still looked like he was suffering terribly.
That's
At
what I'm
this point,
saying, bro. He's
Ouchi
just
was
suffering
losing
and suffering. And they don't even know a way to help him yet. So it's like. I honestly don't know. Obviously, if I was a family member of his, I wouldn't want him to just be like, girl. I would want him to try everything. But on the inside, he's fucking like suffering so badly.
around 10 liters of water a day, just through his skin and intestines. So it became imperative that they replenish the same amount of water each day. With the level of devastation, the only option left was a skin transplant. Medical staff cultivated skin cells in vitro, then grafted it to his body. However, Dr. Maikawa noted that the cultured skin didn't adhere to his body because of his deteriorating condition. While it was obvious that Ouchi's chances were slim, according to another member of the team, if somebody had said that aloud, if somebody had had doubts about the active intervention in his life, and the doubts had spread across the team, we would have lost sight of our purpose. What the hell are we doing? For whom? For what? I guess we were afraid of having that kind of thought. Another nurse added, I couldn't endure doing the treatment if I hadn't had the conviction. I was doing it to protect his life. Almost 2 months had passed since the incident, and after the massive blood loss and amount of transfusions, his heart was beating at a blistering 120 beats per
120.
minute constantly. about twice as fast as a resting heart rate. It was as if he was running a marathon all day, every day.
What the
One
fuck?
morning, Dr. Maikawa was doing his rounds when he saw it. A monitor displaying Owuchi's condition showed that his heart had stopped. Dr. Maikawa bolted to Owuchi's room to start CPR. By the end of the day, Owuchi's heart had stopped and started 3 times.
What the
He was
fuck?
still alive, but the effects of his multiple heart failures
Oh my
were
God,
taking their
bro.
toll on the rest of
This
his
is
body.
crazy.
He was no
He literally died and came back to life 3 times.
longer conscious enough to respond. Dr. Maikawa said, "Some of the staff members, including me, had a feeling that we shouldn't continue the treatment anymore.
You shouldn't have, bro. At this
However,
point,
Mr.
you're
Owuchi's
torturing him.
family didn't give up hope for his recovery
Oh, it's a
until the very
family.
end. Beside his medical bed, his mother called out for him, 'Hisashi, hold on,' while his father leaned in close to give him some words of encouragement. Never give up.
It's so sad.
But things were only going to get worse. His immune cells malfunctioned and began attacking his own body. He needed to undergo even more blood transfusions to keep his body from tearing itself apart. Dr. Maikawa admitted that there were no workable solutions. My honest feeling was that we were in a complete deadlock. On the 81st day after the accident at Tokaimura, well into December, Dr. Maikawa called Owuchi's family together and recommended that if his heart stopped beating again, they should not attempt to resuscitate him. They agreed, so Dr. Maikawa gave his medical team the do not resuscitate order. The following day, Owuchi's wife had a chance to speak with him. She dropped off another batch of paper cranes, which now outnumbered just short of 10,000, and said she wanted to
Wow.
ring in the new year with him. 2 days later, Owuchi's wife returned along with their son. This was the first time in a long time they'd been able to see Owuchi without bandages covering his face. His son, who was in elementary school, said, with hope in his heart, "Dad, hang in there." A nurse who was in the room said that this was the first time she'd seen his wife cry. As far as I could see, that was the only time she cried. Apparently, she was trying to suppress a cry. I thought she didn't have to do that. Later that evening, on the 21st of December, 1999, Owuchi passed away.
Yeah, what's
Dr.
gonna
Maikawa,
happen?
upon reaching retirement age in the spring of 2000, retired from his work in hospitals. This case made me painfully aware that the system made by human beings could cause terrible disasters with one wrong move. There is nothing
Correct.
mere doctors like us can do about that.
Nope.
With any latest technology and equipment, we have no chance against the catastrophic effects of radiation.
Bro, radiation
We were-
is one of the scariest things in the world. Like, let's be honest, it can get you so much fucking diseases. Cancer, tumors, all the scary diseases you can get from radiation. And these motherfuckers out here building nuclear weapons, bro. Like, come on, if a nuclear war happens, radiation would be all over the world. That's what's gonna kill us. Like, chill out with
that
that.
the hard way. Moving forward, Dr. Maikawa worked on establishing medical procedures for the treatment of radiation exposure. People who passed away will never come back again. There will be no next time for them. The Tokaimura nuclear accident was the most severe nuclear accident in Japanese history, until 2011's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear meltdown. Nowadays, in the aftermath of Chernobyl and Fukushima, which both left entire cities unfit for human life, nuclear power has a serious PR problem. The world of the future is no longer a purely nuclear one, as envisioned by our Cold War forebears. But does this potentially dangerous technology still have a place in our future?
Yeah.
Likely, yes. For
It
one,
sucks.
nuclear power accounts for at least 10% of the entire world's power generation, and is also the second largest source of low carbon power generation, second only to hydroelectric power generation. Japan relies on imports for approximately 80% of its energy consumption, and 90% of their crude oil imports come from the Middle East. So diversification of their
but
energy
that's
generation was paramount. After the oil crisis of 1973 and 1979, Japan's energy sources included liquefied natural gas and coal, alongside nuclear generation. After 2011's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, the share of Japan's energy generation made up by nuclear power has dramatically decreased from a high of 30% in 2009 to a low of 0% in 2014.
That's good. That's good. We don't need that.
It increased to 5% of Japan's total energy production. It's also good to mention that nuclear power is pretty old technology by 2020 standards, and we've been developing safety procedures since the 1940s. Though safety systems only work if we use them.
Facts.
There will have to be some hard conversations in the future considering the benefits and risks of nuclear.
No, this is crazy, chat. I honestly blame his work for that. I mean, everyone should blame the job because their job literally took out so much safety hazards, which caused him to go and get killed like that. He literally lived in basically a dead body for 83 days, just getting tortured every single day. That's so sad. But if you enjoyed this video and this live stream, please like, subscribe. I'm literally live every single day. Peace out. I don't know, I always say peace out before I oh, actually, I want to try something. Bro, if I make this bigger, right? Okay, I need it bigger than that. What the fuck? It's not. Okay, there we go. If I make this bigger, right, chat? Can I take a screenshot? I wanna. Oh, I'm still recording. Hey, peace out, YouTube. I'm trying to talk to my chat, not YouTube. Just joking, but hey, peace out. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like notification. Yes, sir. All right, chat. Now that we're alone, how you doing? Just joking. All right, yeah, I don't know, but I wanna be able to take a screenshot so I can just do my thumbnail like, what the fuck? Hey, that wasn't bad. Someone screenshot that, send it to me. We Gucci. Hey, Jaden, thank you for tuning in. We had more people tuning in, but not a lot of people like to talk in chat. Hey, it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in. That's all that matters. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification. I'm live every single day, baby.